p.m. the matter of public importance is interrupted for the consideration of the petition signed by 10,000 or more persons as listed on the business paper. I call the member for Newtown.
Thank you, Speaker. I stand here with all of my people, or at least a good few of them, in the gallery to present this petition to keep Sydney open, which demands smarter solutions for our city, solutions that will keep Sydney safe and open. Nearly 12,000 people have signed this petition, a huge number that shows the dedication and passion of Sydney's music, arts, creative communities and venues and businesses within Sydney, as well as Sydney's locals. The tragic nature of the incidents that took place in our city that this government used as a justification for the introduction of these laws are undeniable. But let us be clear. There are serious concerns about alcohol-related violence and antisocial behaviour that need to be addressed in our community, and the thousands of people that signed this petition to keep Sydney open know that there is a need to address these. They don't want to be unsafe on Sydney's streets, but the answer is not to punish everyone. The answer is not to say that we want to lock down our city and our nightlife. We do not want to see extreme violence or even drunken dickheads and behaviour on our streets. But we know that punishing everyone for this offensive behaviour of a few, for shutting down our vibrant nightlife and local businesses rather than targeting the specific problem, is not the answer. The Greens have been advocating for smarter solutions for dealing with the issues of alcohol-related violence, regulation of the liquor lobby and the need to address zoning and density issues in our city long before the Sydney lockouts were introduced. We opposed the imposition of the lockouts at the time because what we saw and what we know is that it punished the whole community rather than addressing the specific problems, and it shut down our nightlife and our city. But just like the thousands of Sydneysiders who have spoken out against the lockouts, many of whom I acknowledge are in the gallery today, and thank you for being here, we have been ignored by this government. You'll note the attention being paid by the Baird government in the chamber right now to the thousands of people that signed this petition, to the tens of thousands of people that spoke out on social media about this. And why has this government refused to trial alternative measures? Why have we not seen the introduction of 24-hour transport in our weekends to actually assist people needing to get out of the area and the city? Why haven't we talked about zoning restrictions that limit venue size or venue density? And why, oh why, are the casinos exempt? Perhaps Casino Mike has the answer for that one. We have seen successive New South Wales governments minimising the constraints on the alcohol industry and instead punishing the people. And how convenient that the lockout boundaries happen to miss Sydney's existing casino, The Star, and you may have noticed also conveniently etches around Barangaroo, the site of the next city's gambling hub. It is not hard to see why the Premier has been nicknamed Casino Mike. They are punishing entertainment venues, small bars and people who just want to be up all night for good fun. Yes, the statistics say there are now less violent incidents in the lockout zones, but that's because our streets are empty. That is because they have shut down our vibrant nightlife, and our after-hours cities are now a ghost town. There are better ways to stop drunken behaviour and violent behaviour. There is ways to address this and keep our vibrant, pumping, exciting city as a place to go, where you can lose yourself to dance just like it used to be. Do you remember? We don't want a midnight city, no offence to M83. We want to be a city with all-night disco parties where we can dance the way we feel. I need to give a shout out to everyone who has done a tremendous effort to collect signatures on this petition. 12,000 people, and they are still coming. I expect we will see another debate in this House very soon to keep Sydney open because they still keep coming in. It is impossible to name everyone who has been a part of it, but I would like to acknowledge the work of Tyson Coe from Keep Sydney Open, along with the Keep Sydney Open volunteers, the many musicians, artists, local businesses, local venues, many of whom have rallied around to collect petitions for this signature to establish this debate. And while it might be a stretch to say that we built this city on rock and roll, nobody can deny that our music, arts and creative communities provide our city with a beating heart, and they are suffering under the punitive lockout laws that were enforced across Sydney's CBD, Kings Cross and Oxford Street. Our music and arts and creative communities and the locals who fight for them are not ready to give up. We are going to fight for our right to party late into the night if we want to, and the New South Wales Government must not stop the thousands of people who signed this petition, the thousands of people that rallied on our streets, and the tens of thousands of people that engaged on social media to share their opposition to the lockouts. We love the nightlife. We love to boogie. And we know that there are integrated solutions that will keep our streets safe. And while I might be going to bed early lately, we do not want Mike Baird to be telling us what time we need to go to bed. The Greens do not support the Sydney lockouts, as we believe they place onerous restrictions on every member of our community. Hundreds of thousands of people have made submissions to the lockout review, and these people must be heard. But their government must pay attention to them. We must let it happen. Don't lock Sydney down. Keep it open. Keep it safe.
Order. Can I remind the gallery that we do not tolerate clapping in the Parliament, and I'll ask that you don't clap in the future. Thank you.